And I want to just like improve the way that my life looks and the way that it feels, because it needs a little zhuzhing, you know, it needs a sort of like turbocharge reset. I feel a little stuck in DC, I'm gonna be honest. And Zach and I talk about moving to California a lot, which is the dream, the absolute dream, and I would die. So manifesting that, but I feel a little stuck and I feel like I just need to jolt myself and my life into a place that feels good and makes me happy, and that is more detached from the life that I had built over the last decade. So now I'm like, okay, Lexi, let's choose the life that you want and reset and like, I don't know, make a life that is built from a place of abundance and wanting to thrive rather than feeling small or like scarcity mindset or whatever. Okay. So let's talk about the 4 categories I'm leveling up and what specifically I'm trying to achieve in the next 150 days, which, and I have all my notes here, which is roughly 21 weeks according to my calculations. And again, I got this from another creator who I saw and I loved it. So the 4 categories: health and healing, creativity and craft, lifestyle and joy, personal style, and self-expression. So I took the same categories from this other creator, but I made my own goals. And yeah, I kind of want to see if I can make my life a little unrecognizable by the end of the year. Unrecognizable in a good way, you know? And it could be everything from the clothes I wear to the way I style my hair to how I spend my time and what my thoughts sound like. I feel like kind of what I'm missing from my life right now, and a big part of why I want to do this right now too, is it just kind of feels like I'm missing purpose and like vibrancy from my life, if that makes sense. Routine, people. I want it to be bigger. I want to have more friends. I want to be more active. And I think it's really hard to make friends when you don't trust anyone and when you're just starting to learn to trust yourself like I am. And so I really need to just get over those things and start putting myself out there more. I also really hope that doing Pilates and showing up there, I'll kind of make friends from the studio. That would be nice. Okay, great. Anyway, let's go. Here are my categories. My goals within each category, and I'll put them up as we talk about them. Okay, first section, health and healing. I want to begin AA and attend weekly meetings for the 150 days, 21 weeks. I want to complete my 200-hour yoga teacher training, which I just started recently and I'm very excited about. And I should do another video just on that alone because it's a whole thing. I want to make sure that every day, even if it's only 10 minutes a day, I'm doing some form of mindful movement. And it's easy when I walk Marlin. I can just be like, oh, whatever, that's like working out, that's moving your body, but that's not like mindful movement for myself. So even if it's 10 minutes a day, I want to do yoga or some form of mindful movement every single day for me outside of walking Marlin. I love when I take my time and do a good skincare routine or bedtime routine. We used to make these like sleepy girl mocktails with the moon juice magnesium. So good. So I want to, for the 150 days left in the year, actually follow a bedtime and morning routine that feels true to my lifestyle and not just something I'm ripping off, something that feels true to my lifestyle and what I actually need, and that is perfect for me and Zach and Marlin. Okay, and finally, I want to focus on eating more whole foods, protein, and cooking at home at least 80% of the time. I'd say we do a pretty good job of that now. And so it's less like cooking at home and more what we are cooking at home. And so I really want to push myself to get a lot of protein in and to focus on cutting carbs and sugar. Okay, moving on. Creativity and craft, such a cutie name. This one's going to be really hard, but I like to do hard things and I can do hard things. And I learn so much every single time I edit a new YouTube video. So I want to push myself to post 3 YouTube videos every single week, even if they're imperfect, which they will be. I just want to get into the habit and start learning and really pushing myself. To that end, I miss writing a lot. I really miss writing. And I want to start writing one personal essay on Substack every single week, exploring my feelings, my thoughts, my obsessions, my preoccupations. It doesn't have to be perfect or award-winning or perfectly edited even. I just want to get back into the habit of writing and exploring my thoughts. I'm also so into the idea of painting lately. So I really am going to make sure that with the 150 days left of this year, I will try one new hobby like painting or class like pottery or a live drawing class, like a drawing class with a live model. Even if it's scary, I know that I could do it. And finally, I talked about this before, but I really love music and making music, and I've tried to learn how to DJ. So I'm going to practice DJing 3 days a week for 10 minutes minimum. Can be 10 minutes, but I have to do it 3 days a week. I'm excited for that one. Okay. Third category, lifestyle and joy. These are all definitely out of my, not all, they're definitely out of my comfort zone. The first one, plan and take 3 to 5 solo adventures, even if just around DC. I have gotten really comfortable defaulting to only doing things with Zach, and I have noticed that I am like more hesitant and scared to do things on my own in a way that I've never been before. So I am going to push myself to take 3 to 5 solo adventures, and adventures could be small things, going to a coffee shop or a thrift store or a movie by myself or anything. This one's scary, and also I'm like, I need to make friends in order to do this. I want to host 3 dinners or brunches with friends or new connections. I think one of my favorite things to do is host, and I've only done it a handful of times, and I daydream about one day hosting in a big house in California and having these amazing parties and making dinner. There's nothing I love more than a dinner party with good wine and really good food and really great conversation and good people and a cozy vibe. It is the best, literally the best. One of my friends, former coworkers, hosted a dinner party for me when I moved to New York in 2021 as like a welcome to New York party. And it was the shit. It was so good, so amazing, so swanky and fun and sexy and cool. And like this couple is particularly cool and like artsy and whatever, but they had uni and amazing wine and like just great music and art everywhere. And it was just so fun and such a good mix of people in media. And, it was just cool. I loved it. Anyway, I'm obsessed with the idea of hosting. So I'm going to make that happen no matter what in the next 150 days. Similar, I need to curate my physical space to feel calmer and more like me, decluttering everything, making sure I have the right candles and signature scents, finding like floral arrangements that I love and little decorations that are unique to me and Zach, and just having more fun with my space while making it feel minimalist in a way that isn't like Airbnb vibes. You know what I mean? Anyway. Okay, and finally for lifestyle and joy, read 10 books. This is going to be hard for me because I'm a really slow reader, but I've been getting into reading more, especially since I downloaded the Libby app and have it on my iPad. It's actually so amazing. The Libby app, if you don't know, is just like you can rent books from the library, the digital version, and it's amazing. And it's free, obviously, because it's from the library. So it's great. But I want to challenge myself to read 10 books in the next 150 days, including at least one on healing, one on creativity, and one that's like a complete, like just for fun beach read, like throwaway book. Like I said, I'm a slow reader, so I was like Googling the calculations. 150 days, 10 books, 15 days per book. So if the book is 300 pages, I need 20 pages per day. I can make that happen. I can definitely make that happen. That is doable, even though I am a very slow reader. I should time myself. Google was like, if you read 3 pages in a minute, it'll only take you 7 minutes a day. I'm like, who's reading 3 pages in a minute? Anyway, okay, final category, personal style and self-expression. We need a lot of work in this department, like arguably the most work. Do we love the extensions? I love the extensions. I need to define my uniform. A few outfits that I feel absolutely incredible in, but that aren't so comfortable, they're ugly. You know, I feel like I default to comfort and practicality, so then they're not flattering on me, and they're not even good looking on their own. They're just like baggy, oversized jeans that don't look good, t-shirts that don't look good. They're boxy, they're the wrong fit, the wrong color, like whatever. I don't look great in black, so that's another thing, even though I default to wearing a lot of black or white. It's all just like so neutral, and that's fine, but I need to define a new uniform that will carry me through the next 150 days, because I have zero sense of personal style, and I used to be afraid of admitting that. I don't know why. Now I don't really care. I just need to solve it. To that end, I also want to start experimenting more with makeup and skincare routines to feel fresh and confident and, I don't know, more feminine. I kind of just want to try to tap into more of my feminine energy. I feel like because of the relationships I've been in, and like I said, being in survival mode and just who I am, I feel like I have been like kind of leaning into my masculine energy a little too much for so long, because I've had to, because I've been so independent and so kind of like rough around the edges and just like whatever. I have had to assume more of my masculine energy than my feminine energy. And I've never even wanted to really tap into my feminine energy until recently, because of being with Zach and just being in a new place in my life. And so that will be part of my inspiration behind this entire category, but especially that one. I think it would be fun to document my style evolution online too, because it's just kind of actually crazy where I'm starting from, and hopefully we'll end up better in 150 days. So I'm going to make that part of my YouTube content creation goal as well. And then I've already started doing this kind of like simplifying my wardrobe by donating or selling what doesn't fit and what I don't like. I've basically culled my entire closet down to like 12 items, and I might have done it to the extreme because I hate everything I have left and nothing looks good. And that's another problem that I need to solve with the first goal in this category. But that's everything I have. And it sounds like a lot, kind of, but it's not. Again, considering like we literally have free will and I can choose to spend my time however I'd like. And these are all goals that I just feel will really help me level up and just make me happier. Again, if working out a couple of times makes me happier and feel better and makes me like able to show up for myself more, then fuck it. The worst I can do is fail. I mean, actually, I guess the worst I could do is not try. And so that's sort of where I'm at. I'm like, you know what, Lexi, let's just try. Let's just see. Let's try to put more effort into the way we look. Let's try to put more effort into reading books and educating ourselves on certain things. Let's try to put more effort into putting ourselves out there, making friends, making yourself uncomfortable, but for a good cause, you know? And like in safe situations. So that is everything. And again, I know it's kind of trendy, I feel like, to be like, oh, I'm resetting my whole life. I'm rehauling my entire life. This is the first time I'm talking about ways I want to rehaul my life or level up my life that don't feel like it's coming from a negative place. It just feels like, oh, okay, I'm excited. Let's use this back half of the year to really push ourselves, to show up for ourselves and make life a little bit sweeter. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be negative. And I think that's what's difficult too, is like being in the political space for so long. Everything is so negative. The news obviously alone is what I'm talking about. But it's so negative, and I just think it feels kind of radical and weird even to now be like, I want to have a life that feels soft and positive and filled with joy and is just happy, and we're not having to talk about people who are stripping away our rights and coming after us and making the world a worse, scarier place for people who aren't straight white men. Obviously, I want to balance because I feel like a responsibility to stay involved, but to what end, you know? So anyway, I'm just kind of trying to have like a radical 180 maybe for these next 150 days and have a life that looks more like Cozy K and less like the South Park episode. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around and watching this video, and I hope you'll stick with me on this journey. I will obviously be sharing updates as we go because, like I said, one of my goals is to post on YouTube 3 times a week. So I hope you're ready to see a lot more of me, and I'm just so glad that you're here and that I get to do this. And I hope you're doing something for yourself. Also, let me know in the comments anything you're trying or you want to do or try to accomplish in the next 150 days. Are you a New Year's resolution person? Would you consider doing New Year's resolutions right now instead of at the beginning of the year? I think it's a great idea. It also reminds me of the girl who talks about the 12-week year, and that's incredible. It's like the year split up into quarters, basically, instead of 365 days. So then you have 4 years in 1 year. Anyway, love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.